Are your toddlers little Houdini escape artists? Do you find that after getting them dressed for the day, they've somehow managed to strip down to their diapers? Or worse yet, they decide to go diaper-free throughout the house. What can you do? Our twin parents are here to talk about keeping clothes on your toddler twins. This is Twin Talks.
The ultrasound shows your babies to be healthy.
What? Did you say babies? You're huge. Are you having twins?
Are they natural?
Which one do you like better?
Twins, huh? My neighbor's cousin's brother's uncle's a twin.
So can they read each other's minds?
How do you tell them apart? Twins? You got a 2-for-1.
Do twins run in your family?
Double trouble. You're not having any more, are you?
At least you're not Octomom.
If you're pregnant with twins or you're an experienced twin parent, odds are you've heard it all before. Now it's time to hear from the experts. This is Twin Talks, Parenting Times 2. Welcome to Twin Talks, broadcasting from the Birth Education Center of San Diego. Twin Talks is your weekly online, on-the-go support group for expecting and new parents of twins. I'm your host, Christine Stewart Fitzgerald. Have you heard about the Twin Talks Club? Our members get bonus content after each new show, plus special giveaways and discounts. Subscribe to the monthly Twin Talks newsletter and learn about the latest episodes available. And another way for you to stay connected is by downloading our free Twin Talks app. It's available in the Android, iTunes, and Windows Marketplace. So before we get started, let's introduce ourselves. So let's see here. We've got Carrie on the phone with us today. Tell us a little bit about your family.
Hi, my name is Carrie. I live in Ocean City, Maryland, with my husband and our fraternal 7-year-old girls and our identical 2-year-old girls. And I stay home with them and blog in my free time called New to Two.
All right. Okay. And in our studio, let's see, Sunny, our producer.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. So I am mommy to 4 kiddos. My oldest is 5, and he's a boy. His name's Sayer. Urban is my 3-year-old son. And then I have identical twin girls, Ainsley and Addison, who are just over 2. And yeah, everyone keeps me pretty busy. And I will say I've got a lot to talk about on this topic of keeping clothes on your twins, because my girls think they live in a nudist colony.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Well, you know, and I'm your host, Christine Stewart Fitzgerald. I've got 6-year-old identical girls, and I have a singleton who thinks that she's another twin. So we've kind of had to tell her, no, sorry, you know, you are a different age, and that's okay, really. Now, I've been pretty fortunate. When they were little, they really didn't strip down to diapers. But I can say now, I don't know, it's like they wear uniforms to school, and as soon as they get home, they just take their uniforms off and they run around in their underwear. And so we have to.
Do you think it's an underwear thing, or you think they just don't want their uniforms, and do they ever put on other clothes, or they just want to be in their underwear?
They like to be in their underwear
Really?
at home. Yeah, at 6 years old. So I don't know if it's just like regression.
Is it like anti the man, like they're out of their uniforms and they're free and they're running around like, no uniform for me, Mom?
You know, now that might be, yes.
They're sticking it to the man.
Exactly.
All right, so we have a fun segment on the show called Twin Oops, and it's where we turn to you guys for your stories on things that have happened with your twins, funny things, embarrassing stories, all that good stuff. And I posted some stuff to the Multiples of America Facebook page, and I got a whole bunch of responses, and a lot of them were super funny. This one from Stephanie I thought was really cute. Stephanie writes, when my boys were about 3.5 years old, we were sitting in a restaurant, a quite busy one, I might add, and my smaller, meaner twin That's very funny that she said that. And my smaller, meaner twin belched really loud. And then, this is the kicker, and then announced to the whole restaurant, I just farted in my mouth.
Oh,
the whole place erupted with laughter. So seriously, like I've not, my twins barely talk yet, right? So I have not had this, but my singletons, I could totally picture one of my boys.
Yeah.
My boys doing this. So I don't know. You guys had any funny, have your twins ever really embarrassed you in public doing something like this? Something crazy, Christine?
Well, not yet. But I mean, I can say when we were potty training and, we'd be in the public bathrooms and sometimes, and we try to be anatomically correct and things, So they're potty training, and then they're talking about, Mommy, I have to do this and that. And then sometimes, of course, I bring them in the stall with me. And so then when they start describing what I'm doing, I'm like, no, that's when I get a little bit embarrassed. Yeah. Mommy, are you going poo-poo?
What about you, Carrie? Any funny stories?
Oh, I could go on and on, but since we're talking about potty training and potty words, I've had to have the conversation with my girls since day one about staying dressed, and we need to go to the potty, in the bathroom, and I can't tell you how many times I have caught the girls outside, front yard, pulling each other's pants down in the front yard. I mean, the neighbors and everybody's out. And, fine when they were like 2 in potty training, but I was like, you guys are 6 now. You really need to stop. So, yeah, they think the rules don't apply when it comes to public indecency.
Oh, it's so funny. Well, it's because they're twins. They're doing it together. I guess there's I don't know, that I can do anything with my twin right there with me kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, this is funny. Okay, well, Stephanie, thanks so much for sending this in to us and writing on the Facebook page. We really appreciate it. If you guys have funny twin oops stories you want to share with us, you can email us through our website at newmommymedia.com, and also through our website, you can actually send us a voicemail straight through the website. Don't ever have to pick up your phone. It just uses the microphone from your computer, and it kind of just emails it straight to us. So, again, all that's on our website.
Well, we're here today with our expert parents talking about how to deal with toddler twins who like to strip off their clothes and diapers.
The last part is really the really scary part, is the diaper part.
Yeah.
I mean, the clothes thing is annoying.
Right.
The diaper part is really what makes it like wasteland city.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So how about you guys? Okay. So Carrie, for you, when did it start? I mean, when were they capable of stripping down?
Well, I'm going to say, I'd say well before a year. And it's more so that they can get to each other and strip each other down before they were able to strip themselves down, if that makes sense. Like they pull on each other's diaper or pull on their clothes and just get each other unzippered in their jammies. So as long as I can remember, both sets have been doing this.
And it's still going on.
Still going on. It's never going to end.
Wow. So it's still going on with both of your sets of twins, Carrie?
Well, the older girls definitely love they're 7 now. They, when we go to the beach, I'm like, you need to wear a shirt or a bikini top or a rash guard or something. They're like, why? And I'm like, well, you're girls, and you're getting to that age where there's boys around and you guys are starting to notice each other's differences. So, yeah, all my girls like to be free.
Free as a bird. I was going to say, your older twins, they just pee in the front yard. That's all. Drop trout.
They just did that. I mean, they just turned 7 in December. So, yeah, last fall I busted them right in the front yard. And in the front yard. Well, we didn't want to come inside. I'm like, oh, my God, there's people out there. You've got to be careful.
Oh, it's funny.
I mean, I've heard like the boys pee, but, that's a first for girls.
Yeah, it's because it's harder for us, to do that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, how about Sonny and your girls? Did they start early? I mean,
no, actually, my story's a little bit different. I mean, first of all, I did not have this happen before. I did not know it was possible to just constantly, throughout your day, just try to keep clothes on your kids. I didn't know this was a problem parents had until I had my girls. And, I don't really know what it was. But, I mean, I would say, how old are they now? They're a little over 2. Right about it. I mean, I've only been going through this for 3 or 4 months, but I will say that it is, again, it is time consuming. I feel like all my day is either picking up clothes that they've tried to, put on and take off, or, just trying to keep something on them. I mean, it really is time consuming.
And then now, do they strip down to their diaper, or do they take the diaper off?
So we kind of have an understanding that I've kind of negotiated with them a little bit, and I told them that they can keep changing. They love to change their clothes. This is a big thing for them. And
little fashionista.
They are, and they've got some great clothes, so I really can't blame them. But I leave their bedroom open. Obviously, they share a bedroom, whatever. And because in their bedroom, they've got this toy box that has all their toys in it. So I leave the bedroom open. I know a lot of twin parents refuse to like leave any bedrooms open where they can get into clothes. I've just resolved myself to the fact that, it's kind of pick your poison. Do I want my girls to, take off all their clothes and be naked, or can I work with them a little bit? And so we basically have this understanding that, and for the most part, they do follow this. The exception is nap time and bedtime. But during the day, I tell them they can pretty much, have at their clothes as long as they keep their diapers on. And then I just deal with the pickup afterwards. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm picking up toys or picking up clothes. Like, it's kind of the same thing.
Right. So you're mostly concerned, like, the mess. They just leave a mess. They're changing their clothes and they leave them on the floor.
And that's
been
been
the house.
Yeah, and that's been a new development. Like, my bigger concern overall was taking off the diaper, but I will say within the last, this is recent, very recent, like the last 10 days to a week, I've been able to talk to them a little bit more about, okay, if you're going to do this, at least keep your diaper on.
Yeah.
So, I really do talk to them.
We do not want to have pee and poop in the house.
It's gross. It's gross.
No, I'm with you. Carrie, do they get down to diaper or no diaper? What's their deal?
They hate clothes. They'll still get dressed and they'll stay dressed, but it's more they just hate clothes. Their diaper, they go through phases where they take them off. Sometimes it's like if they even peed a tiny bit, they take it off. And I, like Sunny, I have tons of conversations where you're either going to go potty on the potty or you're going to soak this diaper up to the very last drop that it can hold, because they're expensive. So they don't want to change their clothes. They just don't want to be in their clothes at all.
So is it mostly in the daytime when they just take their clothes off? Or do they do it at night in pajamas, or just mostly daytime?
Mostly daytime, mostly during the day. Once they get down to their jammies, they're usually tired and they're ready for bed. But so it's usually like a daytime thing. Especially, and it doesn't matter if we're home or out. They'll just start stripping down.
Oh my God!
Grocery store, at a birthday party, and sometimes I just say, I hope you're not offended, but I'm not picking the saddle today.
Boy.
Wow! So literally, when they're out and about in public at parks and birthday parties and everything else, they're just stripping down. That's
strip down. Yep.
You know what?
They will strip down.
Oh my goodness, Carrie, I feel for you so bad, because at least my girls are kind of modest about it. It's like something's getting through to them. Like, they know they're not supposed to do it because they really don't try out in public at all. Even if we're at a play date, they don't really try. It's when we're home. And then suddenly all bets are off and all clothes are off.
Okay, now I'm trying to imagine this. Okay, so this it sounds like it's happened at a birthday party. So they're at the birthday party, they're playing, and then what happens? Like, where did they even get the idea?
The strip music comes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Following their mom's footsteps. Now, I'll look over, and I don't know what triggers it. It's usually like if they got dirty or if they dripped water on it from washing their hands or whatever. And I'll look over and they'll just be helping each other take the shirt off or take their pants off. So I stick to a lot of overalls or rompers or something like that. That's a lot more difficult for them to strip down. But yeah, they'll just start taking that shirt off, and if they can't get it off, they start screaming.
Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. So if they get something wet, if they feel like, oh, I got my clothes dirty or I got it wet, and it's like, I'm just uncomfortable, I'm like, okay,
right.
It's gonna go.
Right. Yep. And then they get and partly probably my fault, because when they were little, I never felt that bad. I was like, you know what, you're wet, just take it off. I'm not washing more clothes to just stay. You just have to stay naked till that dries and you put it back on. So I probably created these monsters. But the older girls were the exact same way. They hated being in their clothes. Hated it.
Wow.
So,
I don't know if it's a sensory kind of thing. I mean, we don't have a psychologist here, but I know some kids, they get overly stimulated with touch or, things like rubbing on their skin or something. I don't know.
Carrie, do you have any ideas what's causing it with your kids?
I don't. They've never complained about materials, and I can ask my older girls. But, my one daughter, Harper, she's always hot. She has always been hot, so she just doesn't like clothes. The weather, we were at 60 today, and she was in T-shirt and shorts and flip-flops, and that's just how she's comfortable. Where, I think they just don't want anything wrapped around them, confining them. Maybe when they're playing. I don't know what it is. I've never really thought about it. I just went about my days until my husband, when the older girls were like 4 and we were on the beach, he's like, can you please start putting shirts on them? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's probably bad to just have them in little bikini bottoms.
Wow.
But, nobody ever said anything or mentioned it. They just knew that the Bergman girls would be half naked.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta get used to it. Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
you said so they're both taking their clothes off. Now, is there one of them that's sort of instigating it? That they sort of start stripping down and then the other one follows, or they just kind of do it together, or
with the older girls, I can't really remember if there was one necessary leader between the two of them. But the younger ones, no, I don't think there's one. If one's struggling, the other one will definitely help get that shirt off or whatever. Or like I put their jammies on backwards to the zippers in the back, and they'll run over to the sister and say, zipper man. They'll turn around and unzipper them or unbutton their pants if I put them on backwards to try to keep them dressed longer. So it's a no-win.
Oh my gosh! I mean, Sunny, for you, I mean, is it both of them, or just one, or is one an instigator?
One is definitely the instigator. So Baby B, my Addison was Baby B, and she's just more adventurous overall. Like, she's gonna be my troublemaker, and I know we're not supposed to say that, but I know she's gonna be my troublemaker. And then because her sister is just the exact opposite. I mean, she's just the sweetest, most demure little thing, and just I can tell actually who's instigating it, because there's like, when we're talking about sleeping at night, I mean, yeah, they're taking off clothes and putting, like, during the day, it's more about trying on clothes. I think it's more of an activity thing, just wanting to like put different clothes on and to do something on their own, to successfully be able to put on pants, even though they're inside out or whatever. Right. But then, when I put them down for their naps, one twin pretty much always wakes up naked, and I know that twin, it's really obvious to tell who's doing it, and the other one will be fully clothed, and I'm like, well, this isn't hard to figure out.
Yeah,
So
the instigator.
Yes, there is an instigator.
Okay, well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about some strategies for keeping those clothes on. Well, welcome back. Today we're talking with our expert parents about keeping clothes on your toddler twins. So we've kind of, I think, Carrie, you'd mentioned, putting clothes on backwards and putting zippers. So what are some of the other, some of the different strategies that you've used to keep them during the day and naps?
Well, definitely the jammies on backwards, or the pants on backwards, so they can't quite get to the buttons or the zippers. And rompers and like overalls, those really help, because they couldn't necessarily pull the whole dress off or get the snaps undone all the way to get undone. And then we've put underwear over their diapers. Some people will use, like the bloomers, but I think with the little ones, they like the underwear because they were like their big sisters or like moms. And that, for some reason, would deter them from ripping off their diapers. And we've even gone to the extent of using duct tape.
Oh, you have?
No, I've done duct. Actually, I did Gorilla Tape, which I think is even stronger than duct tape.
Yeah, because you just are like, enough is enough.
I know.
So,
oh my God!
Did you see it? I put it on Facebook. I totally taped up my
okay.
twin. It actually kind of looked like a stylish leather belt they were sporting there with their diaper.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my! No, so now, how do you get it off? Do you have to?
Well,
cut it
that
off?
was just it. I did it once because I was like, I am at that point. Am I at that point where I will duct tape? Yep, I am at that point where I will duct tape. And so it started out kind of almost as a dare to myself, like, okay, how far do I have to push myself? Okay, I'm there. And so then I tried it, and then I was like, this is even harder than picking up a diaper and putting on a new diaper. I don't know if I can keep. I needed to find another solution, but I did it at least once, and I took pictures.
And now, how did they react? Did they try? Did they go, "Hey, mommy's serious"?
No, they thought it was great. You should have seen them playing with it. They grabbing necklaces and put them. And they thought they might as well get some high heels out. They were fashion. Yeah, heck yeah.
Oh my gosh!
It didn't work as far as getting the point across to them of what I wanted.
Yeah,
it was just more me retaliating.
but you can say you've done it.
I have done it.
Yes. Now, okay, so backwards, we've done backwards clothes. I don't know if it's like sometimes safety pins.
So safety. So I know that sounds horrible, but I was like at my wit's end. So let me tell. So what I did, my biggest problem again is not that they're doing this during the day because I can usually reason with them, but it was more so at night. And I'm not even sure at what point, because I don't have a camera in the room or whatever, so I really wasn't sure at what point at night or during nap time that they were doing this. But any kind of sleepers would not work whatsoever, and that's what I usually kept them in. Or if it was just a nap during the day, didn't matter what I had on them during the day, that would be off. Both babies off, just off, diapers off, everything off. I, tried to do onesie stuff. They would, I don't know, they were able to take off onesies without even unsnapping. Don't even ask me how they, little Houdinis, like you said before. That's what happened there. I tried to do more. I tried to look online for like some sort of, the only thing I can equate it to is like almost like those old school like bodysuit things that were really kind of tighter. Because I was looking for something to put under clothes so that if they tried to take off their clothes during the day, they would still have this undergarment on and therefore not be able to take off their diapers. But yeah, I mean, I literally tried anything. So back to the safety pin thing, when nothing like that would work, I was really kind of going back and forth, and I was like, well, I don't like the idea of safety pins for obvious reasons, right? If they get it off, it could hurt them. But honestly, I got to a point where I did try safety pins, and they still took it off. They still took it off. No one got hurt. But then I was like, okay, so I'm stressed out because I'm using safety pins and and they're still taking it off. So obviously this is not a good solution either for my problem. And then I thought about like those old school like diaper pin things. I was trying to think what would be the most safe way to use a safety pin kind of item. Right. I never ended up getting those, but when the safety pins didn't work, I was just like, oh, this just isn't working. For some reason, wearing the jammies backward, because you kind of have to twist the feet. If it has feet in it, so I guess some of them don't. But if it has feet in it, you almost kind of have to twist it. And I just that never worked for us. I mean, I can't really say that I tried it for a long time, or it was just really awkward to me. Yeah. Like, it's like I wouldn't want to wear something like that. So I had this really awkward, I don't know, it was tough for me to kind of do that. Yeah. How about Carrie? Did you do anything special? I mean, what was your strategy?
No, I like I said, I'm still fighting with it. But unlike Sunny, I didn't have that big of an issue at nap or nighttime. Mine's more during the day. And I haven't been successful in negotiating with them or convincing them to keep it on at this point yet. Glad summer's right around the corner. But if somebody has a better idea or a better solution, I would definitely welcome it. Yeah.
Now, I've heard there is like some specialty clothing. So
there's different companies online that do this, but one in particular is a company, and they're called Little Keeper Sleeper. And basically, they create this kind of what we were talking about, Carrie, with the backward jammies, but these don't have feet in them. I don't know if you're already familiar with them, but they don't have feet in them. It's a thicker jammy. You can get it without sleeves, so it can be sleeveless for summertime stuff, or it can be long sleeve, but they still don't have feet in them. They're supposed to fit really snug, and they have some cute little designs. But the zipper starts down by the ankle and goes all the way up the back. And there's a few different snaps at the top. So you zip it up in the back so they're not supposed to be able to reach it, right? And then there's like a little flap that goes over and snaps, and then a couple more snaps. And the snaps are pretty difficult to undo. And all that, and it goes up pretty high up on their neck. It's not like a turtleneck, but it goes up pretty high up on their neck. This has been the best thing that I have found, and I know other parents have tried other products that are similar, but this one in particular seems to work really, really well. And actually, I reached out to the company because I knew we were doing this episode, and I know that it was actually a triplet mom who started the company for the very same reasons that we're talking about today. Like, I mean, kind of enough is enough. And so she's got an interesting story of her own. So I reached out to her, and she is actually going to give all of the Twin Talks listeners a 10% discount. So if you guys are listening to this, there's a special promo code that you need to enter if you go to their website, but I'll include the link on our website as well as the discount code. And then that way, if this is something that, you guys are just at your like boiling point where you're like, I have got to do something, and that's totally where I was with my twins, this may be a good option for you. At the very least, you can check it out, and there's obviously pictures and stuff on the website. But that has been the only piece of clothing that has worked. And honestly, it works so well for us that a lot of the times, if it's just one of those days that I don't want to pick up a bunch of clothes off the floor all the time, that my twins will stay in that for like 24 hours. And I'm just like, hey, I just give myself a little break for the day. I bought a few different pairs, and I just kind of rotate them out. So, I can't even tell you how much like time and energy I've spent and money for their cribs, because they were peeing through everything at night and taking off all their clothes. And at nap time, I was buying so many. Well, first of all, it kind of destroyed their crib mattresses, right? And so I had to get like this special protective covering to cover the crib mattresses. So I needed something that could just kind of wipe off liquid, as opposed to any other mattress cover was not working whatsoever. And so I had to get that on. And then I had to get all of these different crib sheets that, I was literally washing like 4 pairs of crib sheets a day, just with nap time and nighttime. And so to give all of that up, was like a blessing. Yeah, you just get to a point where you're just like, I will take anything that works. So if you're at that point, visit our website, because this has definitely worked.
Yeah.
Us, at least. Yeah.
Wow, very cool.
So now I'm just thinking, you talk about sort of the age, and we're talking about toddler twins and they're stripping down. So this might be like a natural transition for potty training. I mean, have you guys used it, as an opportunity? Like, okay, hey, if you're naked and you've taken your diaper off, why don't you go sit on the potty? I don't know. Have you done any of that or thought about it?
You know what? That's a really good point that you brought up, because the babies just turned, I keep calling them, they'll be the babies till they're in college, but they turned 2 at the end of December, and they have been strongly showing signs of using the potty, and I have not been ready. And I'm like, God, if I could just get my act together. Like, we just moved, and I started teaching some more classes at the local college. I was like, I can't add potty training, because I don't know how you guys were, but the first time around, I was like, it's almost more that the parent or the adult needs to be mentally ready to deal with that challenge.
Yeah. And
I'm just not there yet, but they have tried to go on the potty themselves, so I probably need to just say, save that, $100 a month with diapers and just get on the potty. It's a good point. Yeah.
It's like, okay, you're naked over there.
Well,
yeah, just go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely thought of it. They have, their own little potty shares that are in the bathroom. But honestly, they've been there for like more than 6 months probably. And I've taken them in there, and they've sat on there a little bit. But originally when they started doing this, that was my thought, is like, how can I make the most of this? And making the most of it really means potty training them, so you don't have to worry about this anymore. And then, it's not as big of a deal. But it's just so hard. Like, I'm with Carrie on that. Like, you have to be so mentally prepared for that. And I'm still struggling with my 3.5-year-old to get him to do everything he needs to do potty-wise. If I was free and clear of the 3.5-year-old, almost 4 now, being able to do it, then I might be more open to thinking about twins. Potty training twins. Yeah. But like, now I'm just kind of in this, like, I feel like I'm dog paddling, and I'm just like trying to keep my head above the water. So it's a great idea in theory, depending on what your personal situation is.
Yeah. I'm thinking, like, speaking of like other siblings too. Okay, so now I know, Carrie, like, both of your sets are like the little, Houdini, escape artist. But now, Sonny, how about your singleton, your older boys? Did they strip down?
Not at all. This like came out of I don't even know, left field craziness. But I will say, so this has had an impact on my other kids, especially my 3.5-year-old, 4-year-old. somewhere in between there. He loves his little sisters. In fact, I think he likes to play with his little sisters more than his older brother. And so what happens is the babies will strip down, and then he will think that it's okay to strip down. It's like he's regressing.
Right.
But he's not necessarily taking his underwear off. But before I know, and then even the other day, then my 5-year-old was like, "Well, everyone's taking their clothes off. I'll take my clothes off." And I'm just like, people, we are like just an underwear society in this house. Like I don't understand. So I have seen that it's had what I consider a negative impact.
Wow. Who would think the little kids would have such an influence on the big ones?
So much power in this house.
Yeah.
But it's all cute and kind of fun, but at the same time, I don't know.
How about you, Karen? In either case, do the older set of, influence the younger, or vice versa?
As Sunny was saying that, I was trying to think of my own situation, and they definitely don't influence the bigger girls. I think if anything, the bigger girls try to encourage them to dress like them and, hey, throw on a sundress or something at least. But no, they're all such wicked little nudists that I've just given up. Just given up.
Yeah. Take pictures, Carrie, and when they get older and they start dating, that's when you get retribution.
Yes.
That's right. That is right.
Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious. All right. Well, thanks so much to our expert parents for joining us today. And be sure to visit our episode page on our website for more information about toddler clothing strategies, as well as links to additional resources. This conversation continues for members of our Twin Talks Club. And after the show, we'll talk about those embarrassing moments when toddlers decide to strip down. For more information about the Twin Talks Club, visit our website, newmommymedia.com.
Okay, so we have a question for one of our experts, and Ella wrote this in, and it's regarding her fraternal twin. She says, I am currently 32 weeks pregnant with fraternal twins, and she says, I'm wondering if it's normal to feel movement mostly on one side. Could that be that both babies are laying in a position that they could all be kicking on my left side? And by the way, they're doing lots of kicking, or what could be the problem? So let's check in and see what our experts have to say.
Hi, Ella. I'm Dr. Wade Schwindem. I'm a maternal fetal medicine specialist from the San Diego Perinatal Center. That's a great question, and the answer is yes. Babies can absolutely be in a position where you feel all the movement on one side. Sometimes they're both laying sideways, and so hands and feet are both on your left side, and then all the spines are on their right, for example. Or maybe it's just that's just the kind of the angle that they're laying at. As long as you're feeling both babies move and you're feeling a lot of good movement, then I wouldn't worry too much. If you're having trouble distinguishing if one of them is moving or not, that's when you may want to give your doctor's office a call.
Well, that wraps up our show for today. We appreciate you listening to Twin Talks. Don't forget to check out our sister show, Preggy Pals, for expecting parents, and our show, The Boob Group, for moms who breastfeed their babies, Parent Savers, your parenting resource on the go, and our newest show, Newbies, for new parents. This is Twin Talks, Parenting Times 2.
This has been a New Mommy Media production. The information and material contained in this episode are presented for educational purposes only. Statements and opinions expressed in this episode are not necessarily those of New Mommy Media and should not be considered facts. While such information and materials are believed to be accurate, it is not intended to replace or substitute for professional medical advice or care, and should not be used for diagnosing or treating healthcare problem or disease or prescribing any medication. If you have questions or concerns regarding your physical or mental health or the health of your baby, please seek assistance from a qualified healthcare provider.
How would you like to have your own show on the New Mommy Media Network? We're expanding our lineup and looking for great content. If you're a business or organization interested in learning more about our co-branded podcasts, visit our website at newmommymedia.com. Hey mamas, don't forget to check out Mighty Moms. It's our online community built for new moms just like you. Not only can you connect with other moms, but you can also join us backstage for special mom-only online events. And you'll also be notified when we're recording so you can join us as a special guest. Visit our website, newmommymedia.com, and click on the Mighty Moms banner. It's free. That's newmommymedia.com. See you there.